I don't know about you, but I think God's doing something here tonight. What do you think? All right. First, I want to say something just to get it off my chest. I want to apologize. I was really excited earlier when I hopped up here, and I know it was kind of a somber mood after seeing the video. All right, so I apologize. It's done. It's over. All right, moving on. Here's what I want to say tonight. I got just a couple of things I want to say tonight, but I think it's important that you hear this, okay? And the first thing is this, and this I want you to drive this home. God hates injustice, and the church is his plan to stop it. God hates injustice, and the church, us, we, right here, this is his plan to stop that. Do you believe that tonight? If you don't, then nothing else matters. And we might as well go home. He hates it, and we're the answer. I want to read to you a passage. Actually, I'm going to ask, if you have a Bible, don't even worry about it. I just want you to listen to this. This is written by the prophet Isaiah. It's from the book of Isaiah. It was written in 681 BC. And words that were written thousands of years ago, you are going to see today that are still as true as they've ever been today. Just listen as I read this, Isaiah 58. Free those who are wrongly imprisoned. Lighten the burden of those who work for you. Let the oppressed go free and remove the chains that bind people. Share your food with the hungry and give shelter to the homeless. Give clothes to those who need them, and do not hide from relatives who need your help, those who need your help. Then your salvation will come like the dawn, and your wounds will quickly heal. Your godliness will lead you forward, and the glory of the Lord will protect you from behind. Then when you call, the Lord will answer, "Yes, I am here," and he will quickly reply. Remove the heavy yoke of oppression. Stop pointing your finger and spreading vicious rumors. Feed the hungry and help those in trouble. Then your light will shine out from the darkness, and the darkness around you will be as bright as noon. The Lord will guide you continually, giving you water when you are dry and restoring your strength. You will be like a well-watered garden, like an ever-flowing spring. Some of you will rebuild the deserted ruins of your city, and then you will be known as the rebuilder of the wall and a restorer of homes. That's it. Man, isn't that powerful? And I got to tell you something, guys. We're stepping into dangerous territory. This right here, what we are doing, the movement that is continuing on through us, we are stepping into dangerous territory. It is dangerous when we go toe-to-toe with Satan. It's dangerous. It's dangerous when we go toe-to-toe with human traffickers that run million-dollar businesses that would kill so that it could stand. It's dangerous. It's dangerous when we talk about giving money away. It's dangerous. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. When I think about the boys and the girls that are servicing 40-plus men a day, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it when I think about the parents that are just begging for closure. Just to know whether their child is dead or alive. They just want to know. Begging. They don't have an answer. They don't have an answer. We're stepping in dangerous territory. But I think it's worth it. Verse 8 tells us, your wounds will quickly heal. Your godliness will lead you forward. And the glory of the Lord will protect you from behind. It's dangerous. But man, God's with us. And he's got our back. And he's watching us every step of the way. And I don't know about you, but if God's for me, who in the world would dare stand against me? Who? I ain't afraid. Bring it. I got to tell you something else tonight. The root of all of this, it's sin. The root and sustainer of everything we are talking about tonight and everything we are fighting for tonight, it is all based on sin. And all of us, in some way, shape, or form, have been a part. What sustains and drives human trafficking is sin. It's sin when we think the thoughts of, well, if I don't know about it, then it can't be real. As long as I don't hear about it, it's not real. Or worse, what am I going to do about it? I'm just one person, right? Just a measly old one. What am I going to do about it? Man, we're blinded. We're blinded. It's sin that drives sex trafficking. It's our selfish desire of those around us. The need for more, right? Pornography, the basis of the sex trafficking world. Guess what? It's pornography that's sustaining it. It is our own sin. And maybe some of us aren't committing the sin of sexual trafficking. Maybe we're not a part of it, but let me tell you something. Statistically speaking, many of us in this room struggle with pornography. And guess what? If we struggle with pornography, guess what? We are sustaining the very thing that we're trying to fight. It's sin. It's sin that gives us these lustful desires to just want more. We want our clothes. We want our computers. We want our TVs. We want our MP3 players. But we don't want to pay the top dollar. So we go for the cheap stuff. Well, guess what? How do you get a cheaper product? You cut out the work. But the work still has to be done. So how does this work? Well, you just don't pay them and you beat them. But it's our own sin that's driving and sustaining this. And I'm not trying to beat you down, but I just got to be honest with you tonight. Because we're foolish if we think we're going to walk out of here and fight sin with sin, because we're not. We're not. The root and sustainer of all is sin. It's sin. Our hope tonight is that you would be so fired up that you would find one of these organizations, that you would band with them, and that you would do whatever it takes to help us put an end to this. But if you are struggling with sin, I'm going to be honest, it's not going to stop you, but it's going to hinder you. It's going to hinder you. If you have an addiction that is so big, that is ruining your life, that is handling your life, that is controlling your life, guess what? God's going to have a real hard time using you to end this right now. If pornography is your struggle, it's in the way. Maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's drugs, maybe it's idols, I don't know. But I'm telling you what, if there's an addiction that's in the way, guess what? It's going to hinder what's going to happen here tonight. It's going to hinder it. Some of you, you just think God can't forgive you. I know that's many of us in this room just knowing our ministry. You lived a life one way and you came out of it and you're trying to follow the Lord, but you can't get over what happened in the past. You cannot get over it. You can't deal with it, and you don't understand how God could forgive the evil things we do. Let me tell you something. I got a list of them too, and I went through that too. But I'm here to tell you, man, Christ forgives and He heals and He cleanses and He moves out so that we can move on. And that's the truth. He will take our sin and He will cast it as far as the east is from the west. And some of us tonight, we know that up here, but we haven't found it down here. And I am begging you tonight to find that with God, that we would remove that, because I'm telling you what, it's hindering you from what we're going to do here tonight. I think there's others of us, and this isn't your fault, but I do think something happened to you. Maybe you were raped, maybe you were molested, maybe you were even a part of the trafficking world and you got out of it. And I want to tell you something. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. And it is the sin of man and woman that puts us there. And I'm so sorry for you, but I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something tonight. Don't you dare let that hinder you, because that very thing should be the thing that's driving us tonight. You've been there, but you made it out. You made it out. And I know forgiveness is hard, but I want you to find it tonight. I know the pain is hard, but I want you to get through it tonight. I'm going to tell you something. We can't do it, but Christ can. Christ can. You let that motivate you to never want anyone to ever have to go through what you went through again. Ever. If we don't deal with sin, we're not going to do anything. We're going to get fired up, and we're going to leave, and nothing's going to change, and all of this was a waste. All of it was a waste. Maybe it's idols. I don't know. And I think the worst of all, many of us, we're just busy. We're just busy. School, work, kids. We got so busy, and there's nothing wrong with those. Don't take that the wrong way. We just got so busy with what's right in front of us that we totally missed 27 million falling into slavery in our own city. Our own city. Tonight, we want to put an end, but we cannot fight sin with sin. We cannot fight sin with sin. And I think there's some of us that fall in the categories that I listed here a minute ago. I want it to end tonight. I want you to find forgiveness. I want you to find redemption. I want you to get rid of the sin in your life. I want addictions to break tonight. I want all of that, and I believe it can happen. But you have to call on Christ, and that's it. That is the only answer. But I'm telling you, if we will do that tonight, we will walk out of this room, and I'm telling you, we will rip the heart out of Satan. I don't think he even has one, but we'll rip it out anyway. You know why? Because he has flourished in the realm of human trafficking. It's been his playground. He has owned it. But tonight, if we can get rid of sin, and if we can all band together and move forward, we will literally rip his heartless heart out of his body. And we'll do it tonight, but it's got to start here. And it's got to start here. And so we just want to ask tonight, we just want to ask you, is that you? Do you have something in the way? Is there something hindering you? Maybe it's sin, maybe it's your past, or whatever it is. That's between you and God, but we just want to give you an opportunity. Because the rest of this is worthless if we try to fight sin with sin.